Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm your guys' my review of the LEGO Star Wars Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit. It's set number 75396, comes with 558 pieces, and is rated ages 9 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $79.99 and in Canada for $99.99. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review, starting with the box. Take a look at the box, you can see the Skiff flying over the Sarlacc pit with Luke about to jump in. Obviously a scene from Return of the Jedi. You have the twin suns in the background, which looks pretty nice there. It also shows, of course, your main figures included in the set, including the exclusive 9 figure, which is pretty nice there. Flipping the set around, you get some more imagery, specifically showing Boba Fett being fed on by the Sarlacc, which is also something we saw in Return of the Jedi, along with Lando falling down, which is pretty fun there. You can see some of the main play functionalities as well. Included in this set is 2 manuals, one to build the Sarlacc pit and then one to build the Desert Skiff. The Desert Skiff is a lot smaller. The bulk of the pieces actually is with the Sarlacc, as that was, like I said, the majority of the building time. The Desert Skiff was not very big at all. And here are the extra pieces I was left with following the build. And you have some pretty nice ones. You have, some extra visors and antennas, because obviously you use one for Boba Fett. An extra lightsaber hilt, which is pretty nice. Some other Technic pieces, etc. So all pieces that you can add to your collection for free. Take a look at our first minifigure. We have Luke Skywalker here, and he looks absolutely outstanding, I have to say. Really like his overall look with the nice gray tunic and black. Just looks very nice there overall. You can take off his head to reveal his double-sided face. So one with him, a bit more stoic versus a slight grin. Definitely a very nice Luke Skywalker figure here. Our next minifigure is Han Solo. As you can see, he has a very nice print of him being blinded, which is pretty nice. You also have one with his eyes still slightly squinting, which is really nice that they captured that look. I feel like compared to his normal eyes, I really feel like they're trying to make him look like he's squinting there since he's still somewhat blind. He also obviously has on his handcuffs since he is a prisoner. Pretty general, no leg printing, which I think makes sense on his figure since he wouldn't have his holster obviously or anything, so definitely nice there. Our next figure is Chewbacca. Again, another great figure. Nothing different about him at all. I mean, I guess he has handcuffs on obviously since again he's also a prisoner, but he is your general Chewbacca figure, so got no printing underneath. In fact, it was kind of fun getting the handcuffs on him because of his mold sticking out. It's not the easiest to get onto his body actually, just because it's so tightly in there with you having the arms, because you can't have it too high, otherwise you can't get it on the other one, just based on the design of the mold. Our next figure is Lando, or Spy Lando, since obviously he's infiltrated Jabba's, criminal empire as a guard here. So he's definitely a highlight of the set and probably would be the highlight if it wasn't for 9 He's absolutely outstanding. Really nice molded piece here with some nice printing on it. You do have the back, which has his typical Lando head. I actually wish they included his hairpiece for when he takes this off. I think that's the one thing really missing for him. But he's got his, axe with or spear with the axe piece, which is pretty nice. And his printing is just absolutely gorgeous there. Finally, we have our last figure, and there's no sugarcoating it. This is just the wrong figure. This is a reuse exactly from the Boba Fett mech, which is an Empire Strikes Back version of Boba Fett. This is LEGO completely being lazy, money hungry, call it what you will. They just didn't want to print a slightly different Boba Fett, because there is very noticeable differences between Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back and Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi that they've gotten right in the past, but again didn't do here. They also didn't include his piece here, his cloth piece that should have also been included there. So just very disappointing here, especially in a set that's costing a ridiculous amount. I'll get into that a bit later, but you just would expect more from LEGO. This is honestly some of the most egregious aspects I've seen in these last few sets. It's gotten really bad, and people just gotta bring it up to fix it, because you can say, oh, it doesn't matter, but then things are just going to keep getting worse, and then you will finally start to care when it is that bad, because it's the quality of LEGO's figures and quality of Lego, giving accuracy and just basic accuracy, stuff they've done in the past for years. Like, this is the first time they've given us a blatantly wrong Boba Fett in a set like this, and it's just like, wow, it's ridiculous. And finally, the main highlight of the set for sure, we have the anniversary figure 9 Num, and he is absolutely outstanding. I have to say, he's obviously on the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars plaque here, which of course you can take him off of. He has great printing detail and a great molded piece. We've gotten, I believe it's pronounced Teen Num in the past, but it was just a printed head, minifigure head with a helmet piece, so this is a brand new molded piece, looks very nice. The torso and leg printing looks awesome, definitely a piece that could be reused for Rebel Friend. Actually, this will be on a future review, but I'm really shocked they didn't reuse this torso and done a Rebel Friend with the Rebel Scout Speeder, because I think that would have been great. But that's a different set there. I think this torso print just is really nice. Just a great anniversary figure for sure. Taking a look at the builds, we'll start off with the Desert Skiff. It's a pretty basic skiff, but it still, I think, did a great job capturing the look of the Desert Skiff quite well here. It actually is pretty, it just looks pretty nice, I have to say. It has some nice functionalities as well, mainly the ability to have the characters walk the plank, I guess is the best way to put it. There is no locking mechanism, which is my main gripe. I wish there was, because it'll come out on its own. And I just wish there was a lock so it would stay, and then something to unlock it to push it back in, then lock it so it wouldn't pop out now. That's just really just a pet peeve of mine. You do have some opposability of these flaps here. You can spin these 360 degrees and then move them up and down, as you can see, like that, and that's on both sides, so that's pretty nice. The shaping looks pretty good. You have what I assume to be are the engines, and someone can stand and control it, so we'll put Lando here to control it. I'll actually have to take off his axe to get him fully able to stand there. As you can see, looks pretty nice there. You also have some more studs where you can place some of your characters. So in this case, we'll have Chewbacca and Han Solo ready to go. And, basically walk the plank after Luke Skywalker, of course. We'll pop it out and have him stand on here. Again, because of the design, it's just a flat plate, so it's not like Luke is really being held anywhere, so if you move it too much, he'll just fall. So that kind of is to be expected. I mean, I don't think you could have expected them to have some sort of stud here. Would have been nice if they found a design able to do that, but for now I think it works okay. The other main thing, as you can see, is these translucent pieces to represent the bottom or the fact that it is floating. It honestly just feels too low. It feels like it should be another 3 layers farther down, just to have it be a little bit taller than the Sarlacc pit, because when you have it right next to each other, basically you can see here these tentacles are already touching when it's supposed to be a bit higher. So that's why I think just another 3 bricks up I think would have been a perfectly fine level. Obviously if you're displaying the set, chances are you're not going to have a lower shelf that you can necessarily place this to display it. So I just think having these up another 3 bricks, and the reason I say 3 is because they have a piece here. It's just a gray lightsaber blade piece, and it's basically so it stays in place and stable. So I think having another one of those and then attached here, I think would have worked. Obviously, you could have broken it off at this 3-piece point, but I still think it would have been better than just having it be only up in 3, essentially. Next up, we have the Sarlacc pit. And goes without saying, but this is the nicest Sarlacc pit they've ever done in LEGO. They've done it a couple of times, but definitely was a lot smaller. This is definitely very beefy, as you can see. The different plates utilized on the bottom there. It's definitely a very nice, Sarlacc pit. Of course, taking a look at some of the main plate functionalities. Of course, you can control from the back lever these, little vines to grab it. It's okay. It's not the greatest feature in my opinion, but you can also open up the mouth to have it eat a character. Obviously, most obviously would be Boba Fett. And to have Boba Fett be eaten very easily, can just have it like that, and you can even have his antenna being sticking out of the top. So very simple here, but you can have some fun with it, and you have some opposability moving it at least down this way while it's eating, but obviously then shows part of the helmet, so that's pretty fun. But other than that, you can't really do much with it. Of course, I guess you can move these slightly into different configurations, but it's not like it has the most play functionalities possible here. Make no mistake about it, like this is the majority of the build itself. Like I said, the entire first booklet is dedicated to this set, which is thicker than the other one. Like you can look at them and you can tell this one obviously has more pieces, and like I don't know, I don't like that. I don't think it needed to be this bulky, but it kind of had to be to justify the price point that they had predetermined. But I feel like there's one easy solution. Frankly, I feel like we should have gotten 2 desert skiffs in here and at least 2 other figures with a couple of weak-way guards, or it doesn't have to be both weak-way, but just 2 extra, you know, of Jabba's goons included in the set with another skiff. Could have been the exact same skiff, had the exact same feature, even though one of them would just be regular, you know, wouldn't have them walk to plank. I don't think people would care that much. But it just feels like this set should have had 2 of these with 2 other minifigures for the characters to face off of, rather than just Boba Fett. Because at the end of the day, I feel like this set is vastly, way inflated for its piece count. And like, don't make no mistake about it, this is probably 170 pieces at its most, and a lot of small pieces at that. Like you can see, there's a couple of larger pieces on the bottom, but overall, there's not a lot of large plates that make this far more expensive. So I feel like if you had a second one of these, 1, more accurate, 2, I just feel like it would make so much more sense for a Lego set like this one, especially since it, make no mistake about it, was meant to be purchased alongside Jabba's sail barge. So here we have Jabba's sail barge, and you can get a nice look there and see it is pretty well in scale of Jabba's sail barge, which is definitely pretty nice there. It just, again, I really feel like we should have gotten a second desert skiff included in the set, and then at least 2, maybe 3, but with the included 9 num, that's probably asking way too much. But this is a set that really feels like should have had 2 desert skiffs and just a couple extra characters to face off against our heroes, because in this set you only end up with 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7 if you count Slash Speed Crumb, 8 with Jabba's Big Fig, and only 9 villains from the whole, you know, Jabba's gang. And that just kind of feels a little small, since we saw them take down at least 15 to 20 of Jabba's goons. So having an extra desert skiff with at least 2 extra guards of Jabba that are controlling that skiff, that, you know, basically are trying to make sure the characters walk the plank, but obviously it ends up in the battle sequence, just would have made a lot more sense. Some people will say, oh, just buy a second one of these, but that's not the point. The point is, you know, at its price point, I feel like this is some of the most egregious pricing we've gotten in recent years, and it's going to get worse, like with the rumors of what they're going to charge sets upcoming. But this one is really like, if you can't tell now that Lego's not, you know, being kind of ridiculous with its Star Wars pricing, which has always been high, but it's reaching another level, and it's getting to the point where it's completely ridiculous to even buy at all unless you're getting it on deep discount, because it just doesn't make sense. The Lego Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pet, to me, could have been a fantastic set. It's just, at 558 pieces, feels so low for its price point. I really feel like if it had 1 extra desert skiff, having 2 desert skiffs in the same set, just 2 extra figures that are Jabba's guards controlling that skiff for the characters to fight against, would have made this a top tier Lego set, keeping it at the exact same price point. Because make no mistake about it, this price point is stupid. It is dumb. Do not pay this price. Don't even get your $10 of VIP points like I did here, because I waited for double points to get this set. I would say wait for it to go on sale. If you're in the United States, you guys get lots of clearance deals, regardless of where you can get it from, whether it's Amazon, etc. I'm not sure where the set is exclusive for you guys. I know this is a Lego or Amazon Canada exclusive set. Wait for it to go on sale. It'll get to at least 30% off, which in Canada, like I said, will be about $70. That feels a lot better of a price point. Honestly, as it's currently constructed, this set is at least $20 overpriced. If it had an extra Desert Stiff, an extra 2 minifigures, like I've been saying, I think it would have been perfectly fine at its price point. To be honest with you, that would have bumped it up to around 750 pieces. Again, not a lot of large pieces, not a lot of, like, I'm not even saying highest detailed figures, you know, just a couple of weekly guards. It could have been very similar to what we got in Jabba's Sail Barge set itself, just different than those characters, obviously. The only other thing that I think could have justified this set is if it was included as also a free gift with purchase with Jabba's Sail Barge. And what I mean by that is there's precedence for this. When Lego did the Hulkbuster, they included that buildable Iron Man figure initially as well. That was a set that was also available for sale, so if you only wanted that, you could just buy that. But if you got the Hulkbuster at launch, you also got a free whole Lego set included. Also with, I believe, Lego Lord of the Rings, they've given free sets that are also sold. I believe with Rivendell, they just gave the brick heads as an example, but that was also something you could buy. Balladur, I think you got actually something like a specific promo. But what I think they could have done is have, oh, you bought the Sail Barge, you get this set for free. You get basically an $80 or $100 set for free, just for day one purchases. Yes, since this set came out before, maybe some people have it. They can resell it, they can do what they want with it, etc. But it just would have made a lot more sense, in my opinion, giving the fans that value as it's currently constructed, because on its own, this set is ridiculous. And I talked about Boba Fett like that. If that was the only thing wrong with the set, I think you almost could have let it go, but it's not. It's the fact that it's such a ridiculously priced set. I feel like I'm saying that so much more and more, but this one genuinely, to me, angers me as a fan. Like, this set is just stupidly priced, and there's nothing redeeming about it as it's currently constructed at its price point to justify it. As cool as 9 is, like, obviously that was a selling feature of the set, but again, it's just not enough in this set to justify it. With that being said, that's all my opinion. Let me hear your guys' thoughts on the Lego Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit in the comments down below. Have you guys picked up the set, or are you planning to? Are you guys waiting for it to go on sale? Which you should. Let me know. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.